I don't know. Maybe everyone has a different reaction, but my first reaction was, one, God, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then two, at that point, it was just me there, and I needed to go relay this information to my husband that, what I just heard about our son, which remains the hardest day of my life, I think. Yes, for sure. And so, I relay that to my husband Matt, and we just cry and sob and pray, and what are we supposed to do now, God? And the next day, go back, and another doctor comes in and sits down and has that talk of, there's nothing more we can do. We're just sustaining right now, but they switched him over to a different kind of ventilator called an oscillator, and so up to now we could not hold him, and then they switched him onto the oscillator to see, will this help? But really not a lot of hope. And just really being in the state of shock and not sure, how do you, every night saying good night to your baby, but also saying goodbye, but not saying goodbye. It's just hard. And if you have had a loved one with a situation like this, or any kind of similar situation, medical situation, where you don't know what's going on, but it's not good, and it's not a matter of if, but when this really turns really bad. And so we were in that state. So that was he was 10 days old when we heard there's nothing more we can do. And so at that point, we were told, a lot of nights, this looks like it's the night, the things that he's not going to make it through the night, or he had a really hard day, looks like this is probably the end, and you don't know what you can get through until you have to get through it. And that is the only explanation for us to still have survived through this, that God literally carried us through this